not allow the Nuggets to get those easy rhythm looks that they tend to have. Another great athlete on that starting five.
Third team foul as Jokic underneath, just too good, but short. Rebound Jokic, and he is knocked to the floor. No whistle. Jokic then reaching back for it, somehow comes away with the basketball. Here's Rivers, they'll reset. Campazzo from three, that's good.
To scoring the ball from that position.
Early shooting numbers. Underneath, Jokic dropping a dime to Gordon, and a chance at three.
Healthy, right? When you got Jamal Murray, because he's not a primary scorer, but he's a guy that can make plays as well as shots. And speaking of making shots, Nikola out there because you don't want to take a body off of him if you're Nurkic.
Here's Jokic, fires and hits. He doesn't need much daylight.
As didn't allow for Morris to grab it cleanly. My goodness.
Lillard!
My goodness. These guys, they don't play defense. And what I was telling you when we were talking in the production prior to the game, as you see Nurkic knocking down a three, is that's a perfect example. And he did. That's a good job defensively, even on a make, because ultimately that's what you're looking for, is just to not give up the easy ones in this first quarter. That's been most impressive.
Here comes Lillard, the driving kick. Simons, that's good.
Worked his tail off, and credit C.J. McCollum and Damian Lillard too, with their tutelage and leadership.
How far can this club go? And after a slow start, they're only down 6. Make it 9. It's Michael Porter Jr.
21 a night, and also the orchestrator to complement what they get from Nikola as Paul Millsap there. Howard, who's a terrific young player, but they never envisioned him having any opportunity but for garbage minutes in this series, potentially, as Morris knocks down that jump shot.
And the Nuggets, Spiro Ditas, Greg Anthony, Sean Kirchikoff, our producer, Lonnie Dale, our director, rest of our TNT crew. Millsap to the cup. Here comes Lillard, a little bit of contact, was expecting a whistle that never came. Well played by JaMychal Green. Outside Porter, that's a three. Team with all kinds of playoff experience, can they respond? Anthony has to fire and hits. Big shot for the Blazers.
What you would expect is going to be a very intense and aggressive performance by LA.
Look at that starting front court comparison. It has been all Denver to Millsap. Rivers from the corner, underneath. Boy, clean strip by Cantor. Millsap took it back, puts it down, and a chance at three.
Have a strategy of how you're going to play situations and personnel. And he didn't feel like his guys, nice find there off the drive from Lillard to get it to Derrick Jones Jr.
The Denver Nuggets, if you've just joined us, shooting at a 67% clip. And right now have opened up an 18-point lead. Lillard has something to say about it.
And see if Denver can sustain this level of offense that we've seen thus far.
Here comes Howard. Circus shot. Left-handed scoop off glass. Can Lillard get them back? There he is again. Deep triple from Dame.
Confidence, and now let's see if Denver can answer.
Lillard again, and he is starting to cook. It's really a testament not only to the players, but again to the player that Jokic has become, as Nurkic hits on the little chippy underneath.
You know, he hasn't been a part of this either, and he's dealt with just about as much as Nikola knocks down that mid-range. And
as we come up on the final 2 minutes, Denver has led by as many as 18. Lillard hits again.
It's as lethal as anybody in our league at that shot. You cannot hang back. Better job there of stepping up and taking the challenge.
Lillard, he is carving him up. Timeout Denver. 8 threes. He has tied an NBA playoff record held by Vince Carter. And we still have a lot of basketball left to be played tonight. 7 seconds. Blazers out of fouls. Jokic from 3. Got it!
by Nurkic coming over to provide help and get the block.
Into the corner, McCollum. Underneath, taking contact. What a move to the rack by McCollum. Offensive glass. Their lead is 10. They've been up by as many as 18. Look at Rivers showing the handle. Going glass. After coming over in that deadline deal from Toronto. Porter crowded at 3 around them. Into the corner, Gordon. Three-pointer dances around the rim and drops. 8 points for Gordon. Campazzo, the theft. Here he comes to the rack, lays it up and in.
From a standing position makes it a little more difficult for him to get going.
Foul was on Jokic. What a pass. Dame dropping a dime to Cantor.
He does a terrific job of that for the Nuggets.
Oh, beautiful backdoor cut. McCollum on the finish. For a third straight postseason. 26-10 since the All-Star break. And the biggest reason was that man, Nikola Jokic. As Porter off the back of the rim. Blazers with possession. They're down 12. McCollum hanging to the rack. Put the uniform on again. They won their first 7 games with him in the lineup. Gordon follows his own miss. Porter off the deflection.
Come out here and play with that sense of desperation.
Lillard brought them back in the first half. Can he do it again? Bangs in another triple.
Uh-oh.
2-11. Here's Morris into the paint. Great idea from Morris for the easy deuce.
Defensive rating, so typically it's their offense that gives their defense a chance, and right now their defense has been non-existent.
His second triple tonight. Largest lead of the night for Denver. Look at Lillard. Spots in the biggest moment of the season as Covington hits a 3. Jermichael Green steps into a 3. Final 5 seconds. Lillard trying to find some daylight. Finds McCollum. This is an open 3. And he hits. Morris stops on a dime and sticks it.
Shot. Let's see if they can up the ante defensively.
Powell trying to create. Goes right to the basket.
That's a tough one. And listen, I'm sure Terry will second guess himself on that. But man, that's just a big loss. And see, this is what I thought they might have done. B2 stretch is going to be big with the Joker on the bench.
Look at all those whistles. The free throws. Michael Porter Jr. with another triple.
What were there, 26 free throws attempted in the entire game?
Little different. Morris. And the finish. Harrison with a two-handed thunder. Blazers need to put some stops together. Millsap. Off balance. Green is there to clean up the mess. Now, Greg, we were just talking during the break. You were surprised. You take that amazing run that Lillard had in the first half. It's been a bit of a rudderless attack as C.J. McCollum goes glass.
Just wasn't there. You know, outside of Lillard, they didn't really get a lot from some of the other guys. And
Powell, my goodness. I think a series maybe is headed in one direction, as Denver has answered the bell so far here in Game 2. Jokic, offensive rebound. No injury management. Kind of a throwback, something that's been a rarity. And here he comes again. No injury management. Kind of a throwback, something that's been a rarity. And here he comes again in Nuggets franchise history. Jokic thought about it. Now to Campazzo. That's an open 3. And he hits.
everybody who's played for Denver tonight has had a positive impact on the game. That's really impressive.
Jokic. He is pure basketball poetry. And the final seconds are going to come off the clock. All those questions that everyone was asking of